We're live in action. What's going on, rock stars? What's going on, family? This is probably mostly ILN family, but maybe there's some new members. So if you love the information tonight, of course, get back to the person who invited you to this event, and they'll give you more information about where you can get more leadership training, network marketing training, and just basically building a business training. And that's what we're all about here. So tonight, it's just pure value, no pitch. Mark is going to bring the heat. I'm fired up because I'm going to be like one of you guys watching and just watching Mark condense Tony Robbins' new awesome book. And I always tell people, Mark, that you're the best person at taking a whole bunch of information and condensing it down into perfect, really fast, amazing real-life application. And so I'm pumped about it, brother. I'm going to be stoked. I'm just going to be watching along with you. And just fire back and forth if you want me to, chime in or whatever. But I'm just going to be sitting here taking notes, brother. And for those of you guys who are watching, you're in for a treat. And let's rock it out, brother.
I like it. Well, first off, Vince, let's see. You are screen sharing. Can you see my screen right now?
Yep, I can see myself, so I can see the screen.
All right, so let's go. Can you see this, what looks to be like the Tony picture in a text chat? Can you see that?
That is it. Yep. Can you give us a little zoom in action, maybe a little?
Vince, you think I'm like internet?
Top right over there by that star in your window.
Star.
In the window. In the window, right underneath 706. Yep, go to the right of that, just barely.
Yeah.
Boom. Go down.
Yeah.
Zoom into.
Oh my gosh, Vince! I learned just the craziest things when I'm with you. Okay, everybody. All right. Well, let's get into it. I'm actually catching a flight in a little over an hour and a half. So I still have to get to the airport. So I have a little hustle going on. But this book is extraordinarily powerful, so powerful that my son Isaac has been selling me every morning. He's 11 years old, and he's literally been begging me to homeschool him, and not in like some normal homeschool way, but to mentor him, to have me, because he asks me questions about all sorts of subjects, about all the time during supper, or breakfast, when we're traveling, and he just wants to ride out the rest of the school year with me. And I said, well, sell me on it, right? So he said every morning before school he comes and he says, if you mentored me the rest of the school, I'd go to the gym and I'd work out with you. And then when you're doing your internet stuff, you could tell me a book and I would study that book and I'd ultra read that book and I could get you a report. And then you could have me do entrepreneurial labs. And, he just totally sells me. So he sold me. And so tomorrow he's actually coming with the family to San Diego, and he's going to spend the weekend on a little mastermind thing that I'm doing. And then his very first book report is going to be on this book, Tony Robbins, Master the Money. And he started reading it 2 nights ago, and he could not put it down. And he said, Dad, this is brilliant, this first quote. The book opens up with a quote that's from Francis Bacon that says, money makes an excellent master, or it makes a terrible master but an excellent slave. And he said, Dad, that's brilliant. And so he's really lit up about it, and I trust the book enough based on my reading that this is going to be his first report, and I'm pretty excited about it. But it's causing some controversy. So here's some of the thing. I got this text from one of the kids in my entrepreneurial networks. And he sent me this yesterday at 3:06. Vince, can you see the?
Yeah, see it perfect, brother.
At 3:06, I get this text, and he says, "Hey, Mark, I got this book with the intention of putting myself on track to master my finances." Kid's 21. But as I've been digging in, there's a lot of chatter about investing in bonds, stocks, 401ks, and my brain is throwing up some red flags. What is your take on this book? Now, this book is not a joke. I mean, this book, let's see if I don't know how to show myself, but I'm holding the book in my hand, and it is 6.
All you got to do is hit the same thing that you went to start screen sharing.
Yeah, it's so complicated, but the book is 630-some pages. So this is no child's play, easy read book. This could be a textbook. In fact, it probably should be a textbook. And it goes into the details of why most people are just sheep. They don't know what fees are. They don't take their money seriously. They're just awash in just mainstream this and that. And there's a certain way to do 401ks. There's a best way to do stocks. There's a best way to do bonds. And it is, if you're like me, numbers I just tend to stick my head in the sand on a lot of things, and I just don't want to make money my obsession where I'm becoming a master and learning the best stocks, and it's really irritating. And so this young man, he's like, it's just throwing up red flags because there's just chatter on, people are doing this with bonds, but you should be doing this, you should be doing this with stocks, and then all these calculations and algorithms, and your brain literally starts frying, right? So I text him back and I say, hey boss, right here, because this really summarizes my take on the book, and I just want to get it out right away. Because I'm not a master of money. I'm a working class millionaire. I'm no big deal. And I'm new to the game. I didn't start making any money till I was like 27. I was qualified for welfare till 27. I'm 37 now, so I'm just in my first decade of even thinking about money. But I say, hey boss, I'm doing a Webby tomorrow on it, which is right now. It's a cool book, but I'd liken it to a super health guru book that tells you not to eat, not to eat this or that or this or that until you look at all food like it's dangerous. But at the end of the day, those books, you guys, when you're reading, like if you pick up a health book and they say, eat bananas because you get a good natural fructose thing and you get, fiber and it's awesome. And then another book will tell you if you eat bananas, you're going to die. It's going to cause yeast. It's going to cause flare-ups in your so it's just like one of these books that are really telling you all the finer tooth comb things, and it can really make you nervous to actually do anything. You know what I mean? Because you start reading this book and it's like, oh my gosh, how come I didn't know this? I don't know this. My parents didn't teach me this. My friend's a millionaire. He doesn't even know this. And your brain just could melt, and pretty soon you're in paralysis and you're not doing any investing and you're confused and all these things. So I said, I'd liken it to a super health guru book that tells you not to eat this or that or this or that until you look at all food like it's dangerous. But at the end of the day, it's better to just move in the momentum towards healthier living. So all of the finer points about the ideal investing situation can explode our brains. Probably just best to start investing a little bit here and there and primarily learn how to create money first, because that's the key. Multiplying it is a separate discipline entirely. There's basically three things about money. Number one is learning how to create it. Like literally learning how to take an idea and you look at a problem and you learn how to bring that problem a solution through a product or a service and monetize that product or service and actually create money. Okay, because until you're so I've made my entire first decade of wealth building only about learning how to create money, because I realized the second thing about money is multiplying money. And this is where you're now kind of in the investment thing. And so many people don't know how to create money that they don't even get to investing at all. And then the third thing is preserving the money. And these are totally separate disciplines from creating money. Okay, Vince, am I making any sense that...
Oh, it's awesome, man. I totally get it. I could completely see how people could get confused as they're reading it, too. So this is awesome. I love how you're laying this out.
Yeah, so it's just, because this kid is already thinking about preservation strategies and multiplication strategies like to the T. So this would be the equivalent of organic, raw, perfectly out of perfect soil in your own backyard where you know everything that's happening, multiplying your money through investing. That's the equivalent. It's like this is the perfect ideal. These are what the billionaires say. This is how to do this. And then from a preservation, this is how you create an income that never ends. And it doesn't really talk a lot about creating money. So when you move into this book, it's kind of assuming that you might be able to reallocate some and you're opening up some cash, and it's got a little bit more about investing finer points, but that's not the juice of the book. You can get lost in that minutia, but I'm telling you the end of this book is so amazing that it's vintage Tony, and I'll show you right here at the end. There's 7 sections, and in the final section, and the other thing is, if you guys haven't gone through the ultra reading stuff, I don't even know if we have that in ILN yet, but we will release it here pretty soon in it. You learn that you don't have to read this whole book. There's ways to ultra read this book, super, super key. But section 7 talks about the final secret, and they've done elaborate, long, durated scientific studies on happiness related to money, and they've learned that the people that give money away, even $5 to $20, meaning they buy a gift. So they did studies that if you got a $20 Starbucks gift card, and you had to go in there with a friend, but you could only use your portion of the gift card for your coffee, versus if you gave a $20 Starbucks card to a friend and said, hey, go have some coffee on me, or if you went together, used the card and bought the person coffee, the happiness, they studied it across the board, and it only takes like $5 to $20 per day of kind giving to jack your happiness levels quantifiably up, the equivalent of like doubling and tripling your income. So he talks about really taking money seriously in section 7. On section 6, which I have not detailed read, this is such an amazing, these are all billionaires. Every one of them is a billionaire. Buffett isn't even one of the top earners. There's all these guys. Vanguard, he has the Vanguard guru, who is really the king of the target estimated retirement like IRA plan, and he comes out, the Vanguard guy, and says, you know, I have suspicions about this whole set it and forget it target retirement stuff. And Vanguard is the biggest promoter of it. It's just a very candid, honest take from billionaires on how money moves. It's fascinating. But at the very end, he puts together the science of how to make money be your slave, so it can buy you more time, so you can make more memory, so you can spend that money on experiences instead of accumulating cars and things like that. It actually comes full circle, and it's a beautiful thing. But like the kid said who sent me this book, if you get too lost in the minutia, you're going to lose the whole animal. So Vince, I went on a little bit of a tirade there.
No, it's good, man.
But it's just like the core is what I want everyone to understand, is that the core is in the creation of the money and getting good at that. If you're going to get good at anything, I would spend the equal time learning about stocks and bonds and 401ks, and I'd trade that out for learning how to do ad copy and video sales letters and host webinars and use direct response to create cash, because you can buy and produce your way out of a lot of problems. So at the end of the day, I say, hey, boss, I'm doing a Webby tomorrow. It's probably best just to get investing a little and primarily learn how to create money first, because that's the key. Multiplying it is a separate discipline entirely. So then he says, being a good, this is a very ambitious, extraordinarily ambitious kid. He would work double shifts. He saved like $6,000 in a couple months on top of his bills. He's super ambitious. He said, thank you so much. That really put in perspective for me. What do you recommend I do to get great at creating money? And this is another thing. A lot of our audience right now is grassroots entrepreneurs, so I'm speaking more to my audience right now. Tony's book is literally like, I can take it earning maybe a little more money, I'm a little further down that path, or a multi-millionaire could read this and go, wow, I got to change my strategy, right? And a 20-year-old can read it and go, wow, I got to get started. But this is a book that every single person can read it, including Steve Forbes. Steve Forbes endorses it and just says it's a wealth of knowledge. But anyway, he said, what do you recommend I do to get great at creating money? And I said, Tony started selling, so did I. And then he said, any book on selling you recommend I go buy right now? And then I said, The Art of Closing the Sale by Brian Tracy. But Tony started selling, and I started selling. Not that I'm in the same ballpark as Tony, but Richard Branson started selling advertising for a little college newspaper that he did. Almost every big success starts selling something. And in the process of selling, you get exposed to all sorts of people, and then you learn people, and then you realize that almost all wealth, unless it's manipulated through weird taxation and other weird things, almost all wealth is understanding people's problems and solving them through products. And so at the end of the day, I want everyone to walk away from this short webinar saying, don't get lost in so much of the minutia of this book. Get really good at creating wealth, and then the way I want to formulate the rest of this few minutes that we have is kind of just a quick action step for each section. Okay, so there's 7 sections. I want to have 7 quick action steps to each section, and I'm not going to go over terrible details on each one. But the first section is called Welcome to the Jungle. the journey begins with the first step. And it says, chapter 1 is like, it's your money, it's your life, take control. And then it says 7 simple steps, tap the power, the most important financial decision, and then money mastery, it's time for a breakthrough. The action for section 1 is very simple. I remember distinctly, I was in the shower in Manville, North Dakota, listening to a Brian Tracy tape. And he said, it's okay for you to make money one of the top things in your life to study and to master and to get very good at, because if you do, you can do anything you want to do. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can be with anyone you want. I mean, it was like, if you just quit ignoring the subject, it's okay for you to make money a study, make it a passion, make it a hobby. Get serious with it, get playful with it, make it something that matters, but make a decision that I'm not going to make a non-decision on money anymore. I'm going to figure the thing out. I'm going to crack the code. I'm going to figure out how to create it, how to multiply it, how to save it, how to share it, how to grow it, how to empower others with it. I am going to quit ignoring money. I'm going to invite it into my life. I'm going to dress it up, treat it like a best friend. I'm going to honor it, and I'm going to take it seriously. So section 1, Tony, at the end of the day with section 1, if you just walk away with the feeling like, okay, I'm making a decision that doesn't matter how crappy my situation is, I'm making a decision to move forward and move in momentum towards the money game, period. Okay, that's section number 1. Vince, am I clear enough on that?
Yeah, perfect. I love it.
No more just screwing around with it, like getting serious with the subject, not being scared of it, not being bashful with it, not treating it like it's a leper, not treating it like it's a poisonous, spiritual, like weird substance, but that I'm going to get really good with money like some people get really good with knowing fantasy football. I'm going to get that good at money and better. Period. Okay, that's section 1 takeaway. Now, section 2 takeaway is I'm very leery on this one. This is where people, their brains are just going to fall to pieces, including mine. So section 2 says become an insider. Know the rules of the game before you get into the game. And this one is there's 9 financial myths, and he talks about the fees are a small price to pay with brokers, and the returns are kind of lied, and that brokers are kind of maybe up for reevaluation. And all these things are true. Your retirement's a 401k. Don't trust in your 401k. Target date mutual funds, which are just set it and forget it. I'm going to retire in 2053. I have a big mutual fund that's all allocated towards that. And he said, these are myths. I hate annuities. You should too. You got to take huge risk. And he just goes through this. And I think this is where a lot of the details and the numbers and the numerics just explode your brain. But the big section 2 actions is this. Do the next level. For some of you, literally, and it's not the next level perfect, right? It's just the next level. It'd be the equivalent of if you take no awareness of your diet whatsoever, you eat McDonald's every single day, pizza for supper, you don't do any exercise at all. Section 2 would be the equivalent of reading like an ultra-marathon guru, Olympian diet training regimen and going, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. When really the best action step is next time you go to McDonald's, maybe swap out a salad for the fries and maybe get a small Coke instead of a Jumbotron and just move in momentum. So section 2 would just be do the next level wherever you are in the game, which for a lot of you might do a $50 like Roth IRA per month. You can do a no-load $50 Roth per month that if you don't do any investing at all, it at least gets you into the game. You can do $50 a week. You can do something. Just pick a company, then you can throw $25 a week. Get an Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade account. It's $9 a trade. Just pick a company, throw down $100 or whatever the minimums are. But it's just the next step. Vince, am I clear enough on section 2?
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a private conversation when we get done with this. I gotta know where your money's going now.
Yeah, section number 2. Well, I actually went out with one of my partners today. He's a multimillionaire. He showed me his private accounts in TD Ameritrade and all these things. And he uses some broker stuff. He uses some independent stuff. But he just opens up the app and shows me he's got almost $1 million just floating in that account.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Then he's got about 25% of his total wealth in cash just sitting in the bank, not doing anything. Then he's got some real estate on the side, and then he's got some speculative investments that are kind of gambles.
How much was just chilling in his bank?
In his bank, I didn't ask for the number because I didn't go for the cash number.
I'm sure it was crazy.
In this particular account, it was over $900,000, and he just opened it up and showed it to me. So I'll tell you, he could read this book, and this book would make him look like an idiot. Because I know. So you guys see what I'm saying? So it's just the next step for section 2 is just the next step. Whatever it is for you, and it's just kind of dipping your toes in the game and falling out of love with being perfect and in love with progress. Because I believe that you have to know the rules before you get in the game. I think you should get in the game and you'll learn the rules. Like that's how most people learn the rules, is they just get in the game and start learning the rules. Okay, section 3. So section 2, action, do the next thing. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. Even if you buy $1,000 of silver, and it's probably not the greatest investment in the world, but who cares? At least you're getting in the game and go, gosh, I should have done that. I should have bought this other stock down here that's doing this, and it's way more upside potential than silver. Silver is what old people put in to kind of protect. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't matter though. Just take the next step. It doesn't really matter, and just fall completely out of love with perfection. All right, number 3, this section is awesome. What's the price of your dreams? Make the game winnable. And these chapters go through what I really like about this. And again, I wish. See, this book is not about creating wealth. It's about mastering money. And there's a lot of distinctions. Like I said, the distinction of creation. I can literally take an idea from my head and turn it into a few million bucks. And I've done it in the course of 30 days, collaboratively, synergistically with partners and things. But creation, this isn't a book about creating ideas into money. So you can't blame him that he didn't go into it a whole lot. But he said, what's the price of your dreams? Tony is exquisite in explaining and putting things into perspective. But really, why not find out what your dreams are and what they cost? What they actually cost. And is the game winnable? And here's some of the distinctions. Today I was with a friend, and right after I get off this, I decided in the afternoon, actually literally like 2 or 3 hours ago, that I was going to fly to San Diego the night before, where I'm staying right on the ocean with a couple friends. We're going to play all night tonight, and then I have a conference that starts tomorrow afternoon. And I decided on a whim, got the ticket, got the hotel oceanfront. It's awesome, right? And I'm telling my other buddy this, that, hey, you know what, I think I'm going to go do this. And he said, man, you need a private jet. And I said, you know what? I'm paying $188 on U.S. Airways. I have an Escalade drop me off. My buddies pick me up. I'm staying oceanfront. It's not at an oceanfront mansion, but it's the nicest hotel in Huntington Beach. And the cost of my dreams, I don't have to get picked up in a Bentley and brought to a yacht. So I know the price, right? And it doesn't take that much for my dreams. But anyway, they're saying, here's how you speed it up. Save more and invest the difference. Earn more and invest the difference. Then you start working on reducing taxes and investing the difference, getting better returns. But this section right here, 287, is vintage Tony Robbins Change Your Life stuff. It says change your life and lifestyle for the better. And I remember when in our old house in Maste, it was on an acre. There was lemon trees, grapefruit trees, 60,000-gallon pool, 6,000 square foot home. My office was 1,400 square feet by itself. It had a full granite kitchen in it. I mean, some of you guys have seen it or been there. And my monthly on just maintaining the trees and the grass and the pools and the maids and everything was floating around $8K. That was just like before there was any food in the fridge, or I flew anywhere, or any cars, or any clothing, any little things like that, or private schools. And I remember one day I'm walking out, I look at the pool, and I'm looking around, I'm like, this has been really great. But I wonder if I just changed my lifestyle out of this room, or out of this house, and into the current house where my monthly, I live extraordinarily, it's very modest now how we live. But we went from about $8K a month to about $2,500 in total mortgage, electricity, all that. This is $6 extra K a month and I play a lot more, and I actually wanted my lifestyle to be more about playing and traveling, and so do more Hawaii now, I do more Vail now, I'm doing more California now, I'm doing more trips back to North Dakota now. But literally this section really, really sets the tone for what is the lifestyle that you want, and you can switch it up a little bit. Tony talked about how he moved from California because his taxes just kept getting jacked and jacked. He was only keeping 38 cents on the dollar, and that was with the best accountants in the world. And he moved all the way to Florida because they had no income tax. Bought a totally oceanfront home, and he said within 6 years of what he's saving by not living in California, he's getting an oceanfront home right on the beach in a pristine, awesome community on, I think it's 2 acres. He's getting that home for the equivalent of free, because it's what he's saving compared to living in California. So sometimes it's just switching up some stuff and thinking about what you want. I mean, that section is so powerful. Vince, is there any value in what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, it's the bomb, man. I mean, literally, like, I'm gonna get this book right after this webinar now.
Don't get lost in section 2, though, Vince. I know you. And don't get lost in for most of us in this industry, like section 4, make the most important investment of your life, the ultimate bucket list, playing to win, the risk growth, the dream bucket, timings, everything. You can get lost in the timings and the trends and people. I was talking with another friend yesterday, because this book has been, I mean, hundreds of people are registered for this webinar. The thousands of people saw it promoted on Facebook, so it's kind of like taken over a lot of conversation in my life the last couple of days. And we were talking about, he said, well, what's your investment strategy? And I said, I bought into some day trade kind of thing a few years ago, and I found myself obsessing on whether the stock was ticking up or ticking down, and I check it every couple of days, and I actually saw my emotions rise or fall with literally like tiny little arrows. And I said, I just psychologically hated that so bad that I just threw some stuff into mutual funds and decided I was going to learn how to manifest money really fast and deal with preserving it and multiplying it later. And he was like, wow, I did the same thing. I bought some stocks. I started watching it. I found myself feeling like I was an old tired man going, oh my gosh, it's down $100, or you know what I mean? And it was just like, not $100, but dollars. And you can get lost in section 4, so I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, that's why I haven't done anything like that yet, because I watch people, post things online about that stuff, and I'm like, that would just kill me.
Oh my gosh! And then people get all caught up in weird gimmicks, like, oh, the penny stocks. I made $4,000 in penny stocks. I said, well, good for you. Like, make a sale of an affiliate product and.
Well, then the next day they lose it all, so it's just like the worst game ever.
Well, and day trading is for a particular type of person.
Oh, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, but some people are made for that.
Oh,
it's actually a pure internet marketer who's there's a certain demographic and profile of a day trader, and if you're that profile, like I would probably literally if I was a day trader,
I would hang myself probably.
I would be hung in my little dark cave while I'm day trading, because this at all, not even close. But for some people it is. I have a neighbor that's a day trader. I'm always living next to a day trader nowadays. It's kind of fun. But they emerge out of their cave at like 6 o'clock at night, like they just fought World War III personally by
Dude, it would feel like that, I bet.
I can't do it, bro. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I've got this flight that leaves the world in an hour and a half. I got to go. But where are we at? Section 4 is, I'm not going to go into that much. Section 5, upside without the downside, create a lifetime income plan. This all-season strategy, again, you can get lost here. So I'm not going to, but there's wisdom there. But you can get lost. It's time to thrive, storm-proof returns, and unraveled results. I'm not going to go into, this is stuff that people get lost in. And I think for most of us, the big idea is there is a diversified portfolio. But again, for most people, the psychic energy that you spend to try to figure out this perfect equation. Now, if you're decidedly out of the market and you've got cash and you want to grow it, it might be time for you to like really put your energy into, where do I invest for gains, security, growth, and this and that. If you're still going to be working like actively in the marketplace for 10 or 20 years, a lot of your energy, this is like 20, 30 minutes just to get the idea of energy. but reallocate that psychic energy into taking your own business seriously, taking your own ideas seriously, taking your relationships with network people who can advance your, personal kingdom along with their kingdom at the same time. Take that stuff seriously, and you'll make more money, and then you'll have thousands to throw and lose into stupid investing things, and then you'll go, wow, okay, now I'm getting a really hard education. But what's great, why I'm excited, why Isaac's wanted to go through this, he's going to know things that they just don't teach anything in school. They teach anti-money in school. So this is really a good wealth stuff. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of action plan on 5. On 6, it's simply reading. And I would say with the Billionaire's Playbook, these are all billionaire interviews, and they're really good, and they're really diverse, and they're not congruent all with each other, and they all have different perspectives. The big takeaway is to realize that there is not one miracle way. You can be conservative. You're literally just matching a congruent thing for your own peace of mind, for your own dreams, and what you're called into doing. So if it's conservative, just roll with conservative, safe. Get Johnson & Johnson, General Electric, McDonald's. Just stay with the safe stuff and just put it away. And just those companies are ran by the smartest people in the world, and they'll take care, and they'll keep adjusting with inflation. They'll make money. And just play safe. It doesn't matter. But if you're like a renegade and you want to be on saucy tech things, then throw some money in there. But the gist of it is, these guys are billionaires. I have no qualification to speak anything about anything that these guys are saying, good or bad, because they are in such a different world than I am. That's
wild, though. I figured there would be some kind of underlining thing that they're all doing the same, but that's cool. It's kind of a cool thing that it's not all the same.
It's kind of like yes and no, and well, what they're all doing is taking money seriously.
Yeah.
That's and for some with investing, I was telling Jaden this too. I was like, some people, it's kind of like, it'd be the equivalent of whether, like, should you do an IRA or a Roth IRA, or should you just do independent, none of this IRA BS and do blah 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 blah. And I said, Jaden, this is the equivalent, like, when people enter into this like perfect scenario, it's the equivalent of somebody going, no, you shouldn't do Facebook pay-per-click, you should do pay-per-view only, and be like warring, like pay-per-click versus pay-per-view.
That makes sense.
And it's just like, no, this is the only way, or no, this is the only way, or people who do private messaging, no. It's like, screw it. It doesn't matter what works for you, what feels good, what matches your temperature. It's just like, but these guys are going to expand your mind like crazy and maybe freak you out, but don't get crazy. Just don't go with it. Now, Section 7 is juicy. It's beautiful. It's optimistic. And really, at the end of the day, he closes the thing with a perfect bang, which is, at the end of the day, they've done all the studies on happiness, well-being, contribution, even physical health. And the correlation between giving and happiness is irrevocable. It's not a guess. It's not a thought. It's a science. It's a fact. If you have more money, you truly can, obviously, share more, give more. But he doesn't say you've got to wait till you're a billionaire to do it. This goes back to right away at Section 2. Just do the next level of giving, right? You think when you're a millionaire, you're going to give all this money. Well, why don't you give $20 and let's just start feeling how it feels? So this ends with a really powerful bang in the final secret, the wealth of passion, the future's brighter than you think. This stuff is gold. Vince, that was definitely more than the 20 minutes I kind of thought
I love it.
But you guys, my encouragement to everybody is this is a great book. It's vintage Tony. Tony's model on publishing is he only releases one book like a decade, and it's deeply, deeply vouched for. Steve Forbes thinks it's great. Warren Buffett is in it. Like every mainstream, this is a well-researched, deeply thought-through book, and he's almost like Napoleon Hill going and interviewing the richest people on earth and saying, here's the science of success. This is more it's more of in the investing thing, but at the end of the day, the point is, let's learn how to generate cash and just get yourself. Here's what I would say. This is the big one, and this is what I think the big takeaway of this book is. Don't be scared of this book because you don't quite understand it. Because there was stuff I literally was over my head. The numbers were not making sense, and my brain was frying a little bit. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to be a wuss here. I'm not scared of this crap. Like, I'm okay. And by doing that, it's kind of like inviting, you know what? I remember when I got my S corp, I had no right in the world to get a small corporation. I hadn't made any money yet. The guy told me, well, you know, you should make about 250,000 before you get an S corp, and I had made like nothing. And I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm getting an S corp because I just believed I was going to need it someday, right? And now it saves me, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But money's the same way. Kind of, this is like a preparatory book. Because when you do start coming into money, and now you say, well, what do I do with this money? At least you'll know some insight from this book, and it'll invite this stuff into your life in greater abundance. All right, Vince, take it over.
All right, brother.
Robbin, playing. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for your patronage, and thanks for ongoing support and the enthusiasm behind this webinar and rallying for it. It blows me away that this happens. I think it's great.
You're the man, brother. Everybody appreciates you, I'm sure. So appreciate you for showing us that. I'm sure everybody's going to get it, including myself. So rock and roll, brother. Have a safe flight.
You're on. See you, boss.
Alrighty. All right, fam. Let me get you guys rocking here. Let me just show you real quick. I just kind of want to do some, I forget what they call it, but just some updates in Island, things like that. And then for those of you guys who are here who are new, get back to the person who brought you here. It'll teach you how to get inside of our network to learn more about networking, learn more about generating leads for your current network marketing business. Then we also have an awesome affiliate opportunity here as well. Let me just show my screen really fast. And let me go to here. So you should be able to, yes, I believe so. You should be able to see my screen now. This will be where somebody who invites you into our network will send you. They'll talk all about the network. We have an awesome community. We have awesome training by, of course, Mark Hoverson. We also have a private vacation club. We got all kinds of awesome stuff. And then you'll get access into the Internet Lifestyle Network. Now, for those of you guys who are currently here, what I want to show you are currently in Island already, which is most of you guys tonight, since this really wasn't a promoted money-making webinar. This was more just a value giving. This right here is the entrance of Island. I'm going to actually make a new video right here. Oops, let me see real quick. This new internet is just so weird, or this new iOS. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. But right here, this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to talk about what these tabs do. Okay, as you look at this, for those of you guys who've been in ILM for a while, you're going to be like, wait, what's going on here? This is new. This is exciting. So when you click this first tab, become a network marketing professional, you're going to go into our ILNU training. So if I just go ahead and open that in a new tab for you guys, you're going to get access to your apprentice level and your professional levels and all those levels that you've actually purchased, of course, which is awesome. You'll get all the training with Mark Hoverson and things like that for those guys who are new. Mark is in there. I'm in there. We have top affiliates in there. We've had people that have made over $100,000 with our company this year. We've had people that made their first money online this year too. So it just depends where you're at and things like that. But what I want to show you really quick is this cool thing: generate leads for your business. Now, a lot of you guys on the let's see, it's been about 2 weeks now since we did that webinar with Vince Reed with my internet traffic system. So right here on the bottom, generate leads for your business. When you click on this, it'll actually go to that webinar that we did with Vince Reed. And as you see, it gets started with MITs right here. So this is how we've actually integrated into our program. So if you choose to do MITs, and we believe that you should, is because they're all about leads and we're all about teaching you how to network market and how to really build a team and a solid foundation and lead and close and all that good stuff. If you want to learn how to generate leads, of course, on this third-party program, is basically if you just go to the top right and you go to My Account, okay, right here, and you go to third-party programs, you'll see that we now have third-party program links. So your affiliate links for MITs, and for those of you guys who don't know what this is, just kind of ignore this for now until you see it. Your affiliate link can go right here. So when people, get joined by you through the Internet Lifestyle Network, of course, what's going to happen is when this link is clicked, it's going to go through your MITs affiliate link. So you get credit for the sale. So I think that's pretty freaking awesome that Clifton was able to do that. And this is really beta. I mean, it's going to work obviously, but obviously it's going to look a lot cooler and things like that as well here in the future. But we just got this put together. Clifton's absolutely amazing. He got that set up for you guys. So now, as you can see, it's fully integrated with the system. So now if I just kind of start over for you guys real quick, and I go back and I just get rid of all these tabs really fast so you guys don't get confused. I'm gonna hit the back button. Okay. So when you log into the Internet Lifestyle Network, you're gonna have two options. The left one, become a network marketing professional, which is gonna teach you how to become a network marketing professional online and offline. Of course, building teams, closing sales, all the awesome training from Mark, all the awesome training from myself, top affiliates. The right tab is gonna be generate leads for your business. When people click on that, it's gonna go to this webinar replay with Vince Reed. And then right here, when it says get started with MITS, it's going to be your affiliate link as long as you go up here to the top right and you go to my account, okay? And you come down here and you go to third-party programs and you go up here and you put in your MITS affiliate link as the third-party program, okay? And MITS pages will be part of that as well. And then also when we integrate, you know, talks into what Aweber and GetResponse and things like that, you're all gonna be able to insert your affiliate links, so you'll have multiple streams of income through the Internet Lifestyle Network. So it's kind of all be in a hub. So I hope you guys are pumped about that. Clifton's been working on this for a long time to be able to do that. And so now, you know, not only will you get checks and income from us, you'll get checks and income from other companies. And MITS has been blowing up because it's literally the perfect storm for the Internet Lifestyle Network, because inside of our training, you know, we don't teach you how to go online, go on Facebook, generate leads for your business through paid advertising. This is how you do paid advertising, which is serious automated income. So it's very, very exciting in that sense, where if you learn how to do leads online and paid traffic, plus you learn how to become a network marketing professional with our training, it's literally game over. Right. And that's why we integrated it with our system. You know, a lot of people are like, well, why do we put MITS into our system, blah, blah, blah. And I totally understand that. I could see that from, you know, you guys' point of view, but now you can fully see how we integrated this. Now you can put your affiliate links in there. And so you're going to get credit for sales. This adds more income to your income stream. And we have people, of course, you know, like Fraser and some of our top affiliates who saw this before people because they, you know, they're future forward. They understand this game a little bit better, which is fine. They've just been in it longer and they're crushing it in MITS. So they're killing it in ILN and they're killing it in MITS. And then now they're getting to multiple streams of income. And as you'll see how we, you know, introduce things in the future, you'll get more multiple streams of income. We'll also have down here, of course, we'll have our private vacation club tab as well. So people will be able to check out our private vacation club, which is another source of income. And you know what I'm saying? What we're trying to do literally is just put you in a situation to where you're like the Walmart of network marketing, right? Actually, let me return that, like the Apple store of network marketing, because everything we do here is high class, high, high networking, high everything, right? It's all just the best of the best you can find online, but we're going to put it on one hub. So it's basically like going into an Apple store, getting a MacBook, getting an iPad, getting an iPhone, getting the software, everything you need to become successful at network marketing. And that's what we're having here at Island. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are pumped for that. Literally, the integration of this has been so difficult for Clifton, but so easy for him at the same time, because this is how he does things. He overcomes things, and he's absolutely amazing. So if you're pumped about that, let me know. I'm just excited to, especially just show you guys that, because I know a lot of people had a lot of questions when we had MITS come in and things like that. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's happening to Island and blah, blah, blah. And I can totally understand that, because, you know, we've always just been this future forward company with one direction, as far as integrating everything into ILN. But at the end of the day, we have to really humble ourselves in some sense, where, you know, Mark and I are the best, well, I can't say that about myself, but, you know, Mark is the best in the industry with, you know, training, condensing down information, teaching you, moving you forward. You know, I feel like I'm the best as far as social media, social networking, and being able to connect and build community. And then we had all that. So that's everything you need. But for me and generating leads and things like that, and even some of, you know, the training like Fraser, you know, finding leads online, that's not automated marketing. That's stuff that you have to constantly be there, constantly grind, constantly work. And for those of you guys who are in a 9-to-5 and who have a job, you can't do that. You need to learn paid advertising. That's the only way that you're going to be able to have freedom if you just don't have time right now. And so once you learn paid advertising, you literally spend a little bit of money, you drive traffic to where you want it to go. You can drive it to our sites, you can drive it to the MITS site, you can drive it to wherever you want. And then you pay, let's say, for example, here's the best case of scenario. Let's say, for example, that you pay 50 cents for somebody to click on a link, right? Because you put the advertisement in the right place, like MITS is going to show you. They come to ILN, they sign up to become a $37 a month member. You paid 50 cents for a $37 a month member. Would you take that, right? Would you even take, what if it took you 30 $30 or even $30 to make a $37 a month member, right? What if it even took you $37 or $47 to get a $37 a month member, and then they can rise up the ladder as well? That residual income is going to cover your costs. So that's why paid advertising is so powerful, and that's why I'm in it myself, learning it as well, because I'm all right at paid advertising. I did pretty good back in the day, but running this company, there's so many new things that have came out lately that I haven't been able to really focus on the affiliate activities. I've just been running the company. And Vince Reed is absolutely phenomenal at teaching you guys how to drive traffic. What's the coolest part is his name's Vince. No, but for real, like, he is the best in the industry when it comes down to it. This guy is in the trenches with you. He's just like myself. He grinds, he works. He literally is you. I mean, he'll lead and things like that, and he'll make, crazy amounts of money, but he's in there like digging in to the new things that are coming out like you. He's constantly grinding as if he's brand new, because he's always learning the next level stuff. And so Vince Reed gets our just stamp of approval. You'll see that video in that webinar as far as, Mark's introduction to him. Mark couldn't stop talking about how grateful he was for Vince just being in this industry, being in this space. And really, when you have good people in this online network marketing space, it looks good on us who are in there as well. So you guys should just completely appreciate a person of value like Vince, because he makes you look better, right? Just as the person. And so, I was just talking to somebody today, that has this, old school pyramid mentality and things like that he grew up with. And I just feel so sorry for people who don't have the mentality to understand that everything in life is a pyramid. It's a network. No matter if you run a brick and mortar store or if you're inside of a business, it starts from the top and it grows out. A network is a network no matter what it is. And I just feel so bad that people grow up with these mentalities thinking that what we do is a pyramid scheme, when what they're doing is in that 9-to-5 pyramid scheme, where they have to tell their boss when they want to go to the bathroom. And sometimes they can't go to the bathroom. They got to ask their boss when they want to have lunch. Are you kidding me? I go eat, I go piss, I go do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. And that's what we're trying to teach you guys, is actual freedom. The money is going to provide that freedom for you guys. 70% of America, or the world, hates their job. They just did a survey. All right. 70% of the people that you're ever going to talk to ever hate their job. Don't you think this is a better way? This is freedom. This is the only way you get freedom in this life. So family, I'm going to get out of here. I know I'm on a tangent. Much love. Get Tony Robbins' book. I'm going to get Tony Robbins' book. Let's all rock out together. Let's get our knowledge and our wisdom upgraded together. If you want to get access into our training, you want to learn a little bit more about what we do, get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. They'll get you hooked up with their affiliate link. You also earn great commissions inside of our company. You earn 50% commissions. You also earn level sales as well. So you build a network and you allow people to work for you as well. And so that's really what it comes down to. You start building, you help people make money. They start building, they help you make money. It's a win-win situation. It's the only place, it's the only network marketing is the only way that you're going to get freedom. It's the only way you're going to have money coming in no matter what you do. And that's really what it's all about too. It's stop trading time for money and start putting in the effort, and then allowing yourself to just have that freedom in that life. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. Much love, family. I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for hanging out with us on this, what is it, Wednesday night? I think it's Wednesday, or maybe it's Tuesday. I don't even know anymore. That's the beauty about an entrepreneur as well. You don't care what days it is anymore. And at the end of the day, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. You could have been doing anything else but hanging with us tonight, and you were with us. So that means so much to us. Much love, family. Have a beautiful night, and we'll see you on the next Webby.